Alrighty, fellas. It's that time of the year again. Got some Choose Your Legends action coming tonight, so hopefully they live up to expectations. Particularly Gullveig. But there's a lot of things that people want. I'm really just hoping that Corrin is not a dragon and Robin is not a tome. Because we've had so many tome Robins, so many dragon Corrins. I think it's about time we get some different weapon classes for these guys. Alright, what's going on, chat? What's up, y'all? We got Ichi in the house. What's up, Ichi? Grandosco, what's up, man? Young Ernest, Joshua Batar, Insane Mind. How y'all doing tonight? You guys ready for some Choose Your Legend stuff? Alright, as I reload X. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Twitter is now X. As I reload it while I wait for the Faye channel. Elon Musk, man, I swear to God. This guy. Alright, Unrivaled Shadows. What's up, man? Oh, Nebby's in here, too. Sup, Nebby? It's been a hot minute since we've seen Nebby around. Well, I guess it's mainly because I haven't streamed as often as I used to. Alright, Mod says, whatever Gullveig gets, I'm getting her. Yeah, actually, I have a confession to make, guys. I did some terribly awful things, and I spent all of my orbs before Choose Your Legends. I summoned on the Seliph banner, the, what's it called again? The remix Seliph banner that had him sharing with Rearmed Ophelia. So I summoned up to the Spark on that banner. I ended up doing really good, though. I got 3 copies of Seliph. I got 2 copies of Ophelia, and then I got 2 copies of Alfred as well, which I wasn't even expecting. So I'm definitely going to take that, right? Like, more copies of these rearmed heroes is always good. And then I also summoned on the Tea Time banner, which I wasn't going to do, but because I ended up pulling double Ophelias on the Seliph banner, I was like, you know what? I might as well just summon on this now and go for the Spark so I can grab Lysithea. So I summoned Lysithea, and then I immediately just killed her to Ophelia to get Attack and Speed Oath 4 and Desperation 4. So just powering up my rearmed heroes even more so they can fodder off better skills. So literally, I have 0 orbs right now. So the only Choose Your Legends unit I'm going to be able to get is going to be the freebie. Until further notice, I guess. Insane Mind says, I want to summon on Seliph banner too. Yeah, that banner was such bait. They knew people were going to be tempted by Ophelia and Seliph after Seliph's godly remix. So they had to put Ophelia on that banner. And then Alfred too, like we got 2 rearmed heroes on that banner. It's pretty solid. Acid Cookies says, should have saved your orbs for a +10, Freya. Well, I would have loved to do that, but I definitely didn't have enough orbs to get a +10. I think I had like 300 at the time. I've been doing a lot of summons off camera, actually. Because there was a point when I had over 800 orbs. I was trying to save up to 1,000 so I could try to +10 something. But what I ended up doing was just summoning for a bunch of rearmed heroes, because I don't know, I just feel like the rearmed heroes are the only things I want right now. Like, just being able to fodder them off to all my other guys and get some powerful skills while keeping the unit too. It's just too good, man. The value on the rearmed heroes is too high. Alright, TJ Lucario says, I'm going to summon Gullveig after I get Robin. Sorry for my typo. Nathan Hunter says, imagine if Brave Robin gets the Master Levin Sword with the Blade status, Legendary Alts Ace skill, and lull Defense and Res 4 instead of 3. It would be bonkers. Yeah, actually, I'm thinking like Levin, if they really do give Robin Levin Sword, he's probably just going to be like a sword version of Legendary Robin. Like, his weapon is going to do the same thing. He's going to grant grand strategy to all allies in 2 spaces. He's going to debuff everybody by -5 to all stats. He's going to do -3 to all stats on the enemies close by. And then he does... What else does he do? I don't know. They'll give him like -1 special trigger, guaranteed follow-up, negate enemy follow-up. Like, just all the typical usual things you would expect. Naui Bodic, what's up, man? I got baited by that rearmed Robin banner. I'm now at +8 of her. Oh, that's not bad, though. She's a really good rearmed hero. She's one of the only ones that's worth getting to +10 because she scores really high. And then being an armored dragon type, like, if you give her Scowl, you give her... Well, she comes with Hardy Fighter. You give her, like, Savvy Fighter 4. You give her, like, Dragon's Wrath 4. That Robin is super valuable. Very good unit to get a lot of copies of. Keegan Walkup says, well, the last time I summoned was to get Spurn 4 and give it to my Legendary Roy, so I have about 281 orbs. James Terry says, what do you think will be the Grand Hero battle, Tacho? I think it's actually going to be that guy from Shadows of Valentia, whose name escapes me at the moment. He was very popular. I just have lapses in memory where I know exactly who I'm talking about, but I just cannot remember their name at the moment. But I believe they're going to introduce those other guys, like the heroes that did better than they ever did before, where they had a substantial increase in how many votes they got. And they said they were going to add those guys to the game. I think that one guy from Shadows of Valentia is going to be the GHB. And then they might do a banner later with the rest of those guys. Yeah, Desai, that's the guy. Or Desai, however you want to pronounce that. Thank you, Unrivaled Shadows, for jogging my memory there. Zedwil Boss. I like that. What's his weapon or class? Oh, it's just like an armor guy from Shadows of Valentia. Sensei in red. Hi, Tacho. Just in time. What's up, man? Isaiah Robinson says, would not mind Dragon Corrin. Oh, no, not Dragon Corrin again. We have way too many of her. Literally, the only Corrin in the game that's not a dragon is male Corrin with the Yato. Oh, I guess there's also the Ninja Corrin, too, the one with the lance. That guy is also a non-dragon type. All right, just refreshing here, seeing if anything was stealthily posted. All right, not yet. Twitter is dry. YouTube is dry. We got a lot of Faytubers streaming, though. As they should. I mean, we would expect that. Choose Your Legends has got to be probably the most hyped banner of the year, besides the Fallen banner. Where I would say they're probably about tied. It's usually the Fallen banner and the Choose Your Legends banner that generate the most hype. Zedwil Boss says Archer Corrin. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Forgotten New Year Corrin. Oh, yeah. Can't forget about him. All right, there's also Duo Corrin, the female one with Elise and the Ninja Tome. Can't forget about her. Okay, you guys are just like destroying me in the chat now for my terrible memory. There's also the summer female Corrin that has the blue tome, yeah. Okay, so I guess I stand corrected, guys. Everything I just said, just disregard about Corrin. All right, we got 1 minute until go time. Let's see here. I'm gonna refresh these pages like mad to see where the Fate channel is. All right, it's not on YouTube. It's not on Twitter. I have to stop calling it Twitter, by the way. It's X now. What kind of name is X for a website? Like, why did he call it X? I don't understand. What is the significance of that? Isaiah Robinson says, it would be neat to see Rally Spectrum on Robin. Oh, yeah, that would be cool, too. They haven't really done anything interesting with the rally skills yet, so that would be very nice to see. Okay, it's go time, guys. We have the Fate channel. Let's go ahead and pull this sucker up. Let me make sure the volume isn't too high so we're not blowing anybody's eardrums out. All right, y'all ready for this? Here we go.
Oh, Fee! I'm up. Hello, summoners. You didn't think I forgot, did you? As promised, it's time for the Choose Your Legends edition of Fate Channel. Now then, let's get started. And I know just where to begin. Ta-da! The heroes you selected in Choose Your Legends Round 7 are finally here, all dressed up in their Choose Your Legends outfits.
Okay.
Are you on the edge of your seat? Are you trembling with anticipation?
Here we go, guys.
Let's get right to the introductions then.
I am certain now that the path I chose was correct.
Ooh.
Corrin is the second.
All right, so it looks like she is a dragon. She has a dragon stone there. That's a kind of an RIP, but the artwork is very nice. Of course, in typical female Corrin fashion, the first shot of her they showed was her feet, right? All right, they got to cater to the foot fans. All right, let's keep going here.
Winner of the women's division. Dressed in garb from Vala, she's ready to swoop in and fight to protect her companions. How gallant. Corrin's weapon skill is called Vala Stone.
Okay, Vala Stone, -1 special trigger. After unit acts, if Kanto triggers after Kanto, applies Divine Vein Stone to unit space and spaces within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. What? Dude, she has the Dragon Vein thing. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts all stats -5 on the foe, neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-ups and prevent units follow-ups. So NFU, 30% DR from attacks during combat, just like all attacks, no checks at all. And also adaptive damage, of course. So what is Divine Vein Stone? Applies the following effects on space for unit and allies, grants defense and res up 6 during combat, reduces damage from foes special by 10 during combat, and reduces damage from AoEs by 50%. Oh my god. So it's like basically it's like a defense tile on the go. Like you just make your own defense tile essentially. That's pretty cool. All right, Divine Vein effects do not stack. Replaces any existing Divine Vein effect. Divine Vein effect applied simultaneously cancel each other out. Does not count as defensive terrain. Okay, you know why it says that? It doesn't count as a defense tile? Because you can stack it with a defense tile. So if she were to turn a defense tile into a Dragon Vein, you'd be able to get, like, the defense tile effect and all of this, which is... that's pretty cool.
All of her opponent's stats and can reduce the damage she takes by 30%.
I bless this land.
Faye?
Oh my god, that's such a wow. Look at all the spaces that she did that to. Wow. Hold on, we also caught a glimpse of her stats there for a sec. So we got 42 HP, we have 56 attack, 46 speed, 43, well, she's getting +6 to both, right? So, what is that? 37 defense and then 40 res. And she has armored flow, that's Pog. Okay, so she's an armored dragon type, okay.
Faye? The spaces around Corrin look very strange. Oh, I think those are divine veins. They apply special effects to spaces. The Vala Stone skill can apply the Stone Divine Vein, which increases defense and resistance for allies during combat. It also reduces damage from foe specials by 10, and from area of effect specials by 50%. And let's not forget her exclusive A skill, Realms United. She can counterattack foes from a distance. Combine that with her...
Wait, whoa. Hold up. Okay, I was a little taken aback by, like, all the things going on screen there. So it looks like if the enemies are on a Dragon Vein when they attack, they're also getting the Dragon Vein effect, too. So you got to be very careful about how you're going to position your Corrin and your Dragon Vein tiles, so you don't want the enemies to really abuse it. Alright, A skill, Realms United. Distant counter. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, inflicts all stats -7 on the foe, reduce damage from foe's first attack by 7 during combat, so just 7 true DR. Yeah, basically, they always say this, it's like brave attacks work differently. Okay, so DC, all stats -7 and 7 true damage. That's pretty strong. That's a very powerful A skill. Oh my god.
Skill, Realms United. She can counterattack foes from a distance. Combine...
Okay, Counter Roar, B skill here. I'm guessing this is Dragon exclusive? I think. This might be like Armor Dragon exclusive or something. We'll see. So, inflicts attack and speed -4 on the foe. Reduce damage from foe's first attack during combat by 30%. Yeah, and then, again, they explain the difference between brave attacks and regular attacks. And unit's next attack deals damage equal to 30% of foe's attack damage prior to reduction. Oh, wow. So, it's basically Dragon's Wrath 4 with more power behind it. Resets at the end of combat, only highest value is applied, and recovers 7 HP to unit after combat. Wow. It has healing too. Jesus Christ, dude.
And that with her B skill, Counter Roar 4, and she has plenty of options for reducing the damage she takes from first attacks. Not only that, but her counterattacks will hit harder the more damage she takes. So many skills built around protecting her allies. Classic Corrin, if you ask me.
All right, Soren's up next.
Clothing won't disguise a lack of substance.
Soren is the
Okay, Kita Senri, the GOAT. Tellius GOAT. So, looks like a more tactitional style of outfit for him. He's just wearing a gray-colored cloak now. Usually his cloak is the same color as his actual clothes. Interesting. So, it looks like he's going to be a green tome. I mean, if anyone on the banner was going to be a tome unit, I'm pretty sure Soren was the easy choice. Radiant Confident, yeah. Pretty good. So, Confident, he's basically just Tactician from Tellius.
Winner of the men's division. He's dressed as an Archsage of Tellius, and his outfit billows with the power of wind magic around him.
All right, come on. Give me Corona here.
Soren's weapon skill is Archsage.
Archsage Tome, -1 special trigger. At the start of turn, grants all stats of 6 and assign decoy to any support partner within 2 spaces a unit, or if unit is not on a team with unit support partner, to ally with the highest defense within 2 spaces of unit unit. Little typo there for 1 turn. If unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants bonus to units all stats during combat equal to 5 plus the highest bonus on each stat between allies in 3 spaces a unit. Pretty generous radius there. Calculates each stat bonus independently, of course, and then if unit's res is better than foe's res, he gets damage reduction based on 4 times the difference between stats with a max of 40, so shade. Interesting. Okay, what is assign decoy? If foe's range is equal to unit's range and foe initiates combat against an ally within 2 spaces of a unit, triggers Savior on unit. Wow. That's different. That turn only triggers only if unit is not equipped with a skill that can trigger the save effect. So he turns anything into a save unit? Hold on. Who is getting assigned decoy here? So it's either to his support partner, or it's to the unit with the highest defense within 2 spaces. So Ike is obviously going to be the example here.
Tome, which strengthens
That's a
nearby
very
allies
interesting
and
effect
grants
there.
an assigned decoy effect to them. Allies with assigned decoy can activate the savior effect against foes with the same attack range. Arch Sage Tome also increases all stats and reduces damage taken.
I just realized something. You can have double saves now. Because you know how you're only allowed to have 1 save unit? Now that doesn't matter. You just give assigned decoy to a unit in Summoner Duels or Chaos Season, and they can basically act as... So, like, in the case of Ike, you would give him assigned decoy. He would be a near save unit, and then you're still free to have a far save unit on the team. So you have double saves now. Okay, sure.
So you can rest easy if there's an ally nearby. Soren's
Okay, here are his stats. So we have 40 HP. He's taking a stat drop from somewhere. Who is that going to be from? Probably Mirabilis. So -5, I would guess. All right, so he probably like 59 attack. I don't know exactly what the debuff is. Then he's got 34 speed. He has flare. Okay, now we're cooking. 16 defense and then 47 res. And his A skill, Rare Talent. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats up 7 to unit and disables foes' effects that calculate damage using the lower of foes' defense or res. So he nullifies adaptive damage, excluding when dealing damage with an AoE special. During combat, and also the following effects will occur based on the value of unit's res minus the foe's res. So if greater than or equal to 1, neutralizes effects that inflict guard on unit. And if greater than or equal to 10 and either foe's range is 2 or unit initiates combat, unit attacks twice during combat. So he gets a brave attack there. Yeah, that would make sense. He actually, in Path of Radiance, he comes with Adept. So I guess this is what that's supposed to mimic there. Okay.
elusive A skill is Rare Talent.
Oh, he's got Times Pulse 4 and Magic Null follow-up as well, by the way. I want to see what Flare does, though.
If his resistance stat is 10 or more points higher than his foes, he can attack twice when he initiates combat, or when his foe has an attack range of 2 spaces. His special skill...
Okay, so Flare, if unit's HP is over 70% when special triggers, boost damage by 60% of foes' res. Interesting. If unit's HP is over, or if unit's HP is under 70% when special triggers, boost damage by 40% of foes' res and recovers 30% of unit's max HP. No damage reduction cut. I was very hopeful that mages were going to get their damage reduction special negator, but they didn't.
Flare can add 60% of his foe's resistance stat to the damage he deals if his HP is 70% or higher. If his HP is lower than 70%, it can instead add 40% of his foe's resistance stat to his damage and heal him for 30% of his maximum HP. Powerful magic and good use of teamwork with his allies. I'd expect nothing less from Soren.
All right, here we go.
I am the Golden Seer. My purpose is to
Uh-oh.
bring ruin.
Uh-oh. Oh, she's dressed up like Satyr and Hater. Interesting. She has their, like, the Bubble Girl outfit. I mean, we can... 10 guesses why, right? She's a bubble girl. She's got a lot of bubbles going on. Okay, drawn by Yoshiku, the god. Seer Beyond Time, Gullveig. Okay.
Gullveig is the first place winner of the women's division. Wait a minute. That outfit is just like Sather's. I wonder how she feels, wearing something that reminds her of the past. Gullveig's weapons...
Okay, stat line. We got 40 HP. She's got Oath 4, so that means she's getting +6 to these two. So she has 59 attack, and then she has 47 speed. 47 is basically as high as it gets. Actually, I think we have someone with 48 speed. I think. I can't remember. All right, regardless, 27 defense, 19 res, so she's basically a glass cannon, which we would expect. She is going to be a blue tome. I think she's cavalry. Well, actually, she can't be cavalry if she has Oath. So what is she, a flyer or an infantry type here? Let's see.
Skill is the Cycle's Turn. It grants up to +15 attack and speed.
Okay, so her weapon, Cycle's Turn, enables Canto 1, which is good. -1 special trigger. If unit initiates combat or a bonus is active on unit, grants all stats up 5 to unit, grants attack and speed up X to unit, where X is the number of turns times... Oh, wow. Okay, so if you're going to stall out, this just gets better and better. With a max of 10. I guess there is a turn limit, though, in Summoner Duels and Aether Raids, so you can't really get this to, like, a crazy number. Deals damage equal to 20% of unit speed, including when dealing damage with a special triggered before combat. And then she gets null follow-up as well. So, pretty solid weapon there.
Depending on the number of turns passed. The damage she deals is also increased by 20% of her speed stat. So
oh, the extra damage she gets from the number of turns is a true damage effect, it looks like. Okay. All right, actually, that's better. That's actually very strong. I didn't think it was going to be a true damage effect.
she'll be able to dish out consistent damage to her foes.
Oh, and then she turned the whole row of stuff into fire tiles. Okay. So, Gold Unwinding, a unique B skill, inflicts speed and res -5 on the foe during combat. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 50% and unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 60% during combat. Okay. If unit initiates combat, grants another action to unit after combat and inflicts gravity on unit and pair up cohort through the next actions. Okay, so they had to balance it somehow. They're not just going to give a range unit like her freaking Gale Force for free like that. So it's the same as Legendary Leafs, where he activates his Gale Force and then he gets hit by gravity, so it's not as nuts. But she's still jumping around with oaths, so it's not as bad as it seems.
Exclusive B skill is Gold Unwinding. When she has half or more of her
Oh, she has a different A skill, Flared Sparrow, huh?
HP remaining and she initiates combat, she can reduce the damage she takes from the foe's first attack by 60%.
How many different Swift Sparrows are they
On top
going to
of that,
release?
she can also take an extra action once every 2 turns. Her
Yeah, like, what is it about Swift Sparrow that made them think they needed to release 500 versions of it? Okay, so if unit initiates combat, deals 7 damage to foe as combat begins. Oh, no, this is where she's getting the true damage thing from. It's not from the turn count effect that I thought it was. Okay, so 7 true damage to foe as combat begins. Effects that reduce damage during combat do not apply. Oh, that's raw. So you cannot do anything to stop that 7 damage. Will not reduce foe's HP below 1, so you can't kill them with that, but it's still a very strong effect there. Also grants attack and speed up 7 to unit during combat, and applies Divine Vein Flame on 5 spaces in a line centered on foe's space, oriented left to right, based on the direction unit is facing for 1 turn after combat. So they're doing a lot of these Divine Veins, like Dragon Vein tile changing effects now. That's pretty interesting. That's like one of the main selling points to Corrin's Engage ring in Engage, is that she can just change the field to like give you an advantage or give you a disadvantage. So very interesting to see that kind of thing coming into Fae. Also applies the following effects on space. Acts as difficult terrain for foes with a range of 2. So basically it's a tree tile where they have to expend more movement spaces to pass through them. Moving over this space costs 1 plus 1 movement. Movement costs cannot exceed units' allowed movement. Cannot be slowed by terrain effects. Do not apply. Oh, that's raw. That's raw. So Caden Lindy does not help you there. If Caden Lindy is giving you that, like, trench tile negation effect, it's not going to work on these flame tiles, so that's pretty sick. Also, at the start of enemy phase, deals 7 damage to the foe, and also, as combat begins, deals an additional 7 damage to the foe. Effects that reduce damage during combat do not apply, can't knock the opponent below 1 HP. Divine Vein effects do not stack, replaces any existing Divine Vein effect. So if Corrin sets up her Divine Vein and then you have this effect here to set up another Divine Vein, they're not going to overlap. One is going to overtake the other. Divine Vein effects applied simultaneously cancel each other out. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder what the inheritance restrictions are going to be for this, because this is just, like, stupid. For an A-slot passive, like, holy shit, dude. It's, first of all, you get attack and speed up 7. You get 7 true damage. You're creating the Divine Dragon Flame, which does all of this nonsense. This is this not the best A skill in the game now for player phasing? I mean, I would imagine it is, but
A skill,
who knows?
Sparrow,
Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, that's so crazy. And like I said, Lindy does not help you. You can't move through that with Lindy's effects, so that's so strong.
increases her attack and speed when she initiates combat, and can deal 7 damage to her foe once combat begins. It also applies the Flame Divine Vein effect to the spaces around her foe after attacking. The Flame Divine Vein effect damages foes in those spaces and obstructs their movement too. Between an additional action and a Divine Vein, the Golden Seer has the potential to be a powerful force on the battlefield.
I've come this
All right,
far
here we
thanks
go.
to not only my successes,
Levin
but
Sword,
also my
please.
setbacks.
Yes, he has a sword.
Robin is the
He has a sword, but it's not the Levin Sword. Not sure how to feel about this. Okay, Wada is the artist. Pretty good. Is this the first time Wada has drawn something from Awakening? I feel like she mainly draws stuff from FE7. Or like Elibay, just like FE7, FE6. Interesting. Okay, so nice artwork, though. He looks pretty cool there.
first place winner of the men's division. Not only does the Exalt's tactician have a special outfit, but he's also wielding a sword given to him by Crom. Robin's weapon skill is Deliverer's.
Okay, so his weapon grants speed up 3 at the start of combat if unit's HP is over 25%. Grants all stats up 5 to unit, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 40%, and neutralizes effects that are basically tempo there. Any effects on the foe that give them special charge ramp and then inflict guard on him. Also, if units' max special cooldown count value is greater than or equal to 3, and unit's attack can trigger unit special. When unit special triggers, excluding AoEs, neutralizes DR. Ooh. From non-special skills. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25% and unit triggers the Glowing Ember, Bonfire, or Ignis special during combat. Calculates that attack's damage using the lower of foe's defense or res. Wow, so was this not Flare in Awakening? Was that not how Flare worked, I believe? It, like, gave you bonus damage and then it cut the enemy's defense and res. So it was like triggering Luna with something else at the same time. I could be wrong about that. It's been a hot minute since I've played Awakening, but that's very interesting. So if they can program the game to do effects when you trigger a specific special, that leaves for some very interesting things that could come in the future there. I like that. That's a very cool thing to do.
Brand. If his HP is 25% or higher, it reduces the damage he takes from his foe's first attacks by 40%. On top of that, if he activates
Oh, he had Rally Spectrum there. I saw it.
Glowing Ember, Bonfire, or Ignis, special skills which normally deal additional damage based on defense, then the damage will be calculated based on the lower of his foe's defense or resistance. His
Okay, they're being very peculiar about showing his stats. Like everyone else, we saw their stats right away. I see Rally Spectrum on a couple of units here. Okay, Gambit 4, B skill. Inflicts speed and defense -4 on the foe during combat. And also, if units or foes attack, can trigger unit special. Deals damage during combat equal to unit's max special cooldown count value -2 times 5. With a minimum of 0 and a maximum of 15, excluding AoEs, and reduces damage from attacks during combat and from AoE specials by % equal to unit's max special cooldown count value times 10 with a max of 50. Hold on. Am I missing something here? So, speed and defense -4 on the foe. If unit or foe's attack can trigger his special, deals damage during combat equal to his max cooldown count value -2 times 5. So if, let's say he has Bonfire, which is a 3-hit special, -2 times 5 would make that 5. And then if you had like Aether on him, which is a 5-hit, that would be 3 times 5 for 15. And then reduce damage from attacks during combat and AoEs by a % equal to your max special cooldown count value times 10. So, again, if he has Aether, that's 5 times 10 for 50. With no stat checks whatsoever, which is pretty sick. But you probably want to run, like, Ignis or Bonfire on this guy to combo with his weapon.
B skill, Gambit 4, can both increase the damage he deals with his special by up to 15, and reduce his foe's damage by up to 50%. It pairs very nicely with his weapon skill. Robin.
Okay, tip the scales. All right, we got a C skill here. At the start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants Rally Spectrum to unit and allies in 2 spaces of unit. Unit can move to a space adjacent to an ally with Rally Spectrum that is within 5 spaces of unit. Okay, another God tier warp effect. Why would Rally Spectrum do that, though? That's like the weirdest thing in the world. Why would you be able to jump to them? If unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 3 to unit during combat. And then the Rally Spectrum effect is grants all stats of 5 to unit during combat. That's so oh my god, that is powerful. Just to get that as a status effect at the start of the turn? What the hell? And if unit's attack can trigger unit special, grants special cooldown count -X to unit before unit's first attack during combat. Where X is 1 if unit can trigger the unit's attacks twice effect. So brave attacking. Or if unit's maximum special cooldown count is reduced. So special trigger -1. Otherwise X is 2. Basically, like every unit has -1 special trigger these days. So what are we doing here? All stats of 5. If unit's attack can trigger their special, they get special cooldown count -X before their first attack. That's the Brave Tiki effect. Not the one that does Scowl, but the other one where she accelerates specials before she hits, which is very strong. Diamant does that as well. So you get 1 if unit can trigger Brave Attacking or if you have -1 special trigger. If you don't have Brave Attacking or -1 special trigger, then you just get -2 at the start, which is the same as Baby Ike. Yeah, dude, this is a really cracked status effect. Holy shit, man.
Robin's exclusive C skill is Tip the Scales.
That is so raw.
At the start of the turn, he applies Rally Spectrum to himself and allies within 2 spaces. If an ally...
Okay, finally we get to see this guy's stats. So we got 40 HP. We have 62 attack. We have... Well, he's getting a bonus from somewhere. Where would that be? Did Lucina have Speed Tactic? I feel like she might have. Or, no, a Brave Crom has Speed Tactic. So he's at +6 there. So he's got 48 speed, man. That's as high as it gets, if you guys were keeping track. 35 defense, 27 res. Looks like he has attack and speed finish 4 there in the A slot.
With Rally Spectrum is within 5 spaces, he can move next to them.
But why, though? I don't understand. Like, why would you be able to do that? That's not how rallying worked in Awakening at all.
Rally Spectrum increases all stats and reduces special cooldown count before an attack. Robin sure knows how to nudge the odds in his favor. That's the Exalt's tactician for you. And that's all for introductions. The heroes chosen in Choose Your Legends Round 7 will appear in the new Heroes Summoning event Turn of Fate, beginning on August 16th. On top of that, you'll be able to summon a free focus hero after 40 summons in the new Heroes Summoning event. And you can do it again.
So, who do you spark? Or, let's forget the spark. Who do you pick up for free here? With all these units are just, like, stupid. Gullveig's A skill has got to be, like, the best player phase A skill in the game. Soren being able to turn anyone into a save unit is busted as hell. Robin's Rally Spectrum has to be, like, the most disgusting status effect you can grant to allies at this point. I feel like Corrin is, like, the weakest unit on the banner. She's just an armored save dragon. Like, we have so many of those already, but she does have good fodder. She has armored flow, and she has that new B skill. So, who do you actually spark here? I feel like you just pick whichever one you like best. These three definitely stole the show for me. Gullveig, Soren, and Robin, I think, are the ones in contention here. R.I.P. Corrin, I think she's probably the most lackluster. But then she also has a dragon vein where she essentially gives you defense tiles, which could be really strong too. So, I don't know, man. I have no idea who I'm free picking here.
And after 80, 120, and 160 summons too. That's up to 4 free focus heroes. Oh, and of course, there will be a free summoning event this year too, during which you can summon a 5-star hero of your choice. Better start thinking about who you'll pick. That
Very
reminds
tempting.
me, the Keepers of Faith free summoning event, featuring heroes from the Choose Your Legends Round 5 event, will end on August 30th. Don't forget to take advantage of that free summon. Say, don't we have a grand hero battle coming up?
I'm Cyril.
Oh.
I'm always at Lady Rhea's call.
Wait, why is it Cyril? Wasn't it supposed to be Desai?
Yeah.
Okay.
The grand hero this time is Cyril from the Fire Emblem Three Houses game. With archery skills taught to him by Shamir, he
All right, he's a red bow infantry type. Okay.
fights to fulfill his duty to Lady Rhea.
Oh, stats showed up there too for a second.
Rhea.
All right, so we got 46 HP, we got 56 attack, 47 speed, pretty good. 35 defense, 26 res. I believe Cyril was also a trainee unit. He had the trainee BST bonus. So if he gets that here, he could actually be a really good merge project. He has a perf weapon as well, which always bodes well for these GHBs. He has Sudden Panic 3, and then he has Threaten, Speed, and Defense for his C skill. And then he has Vengeance as his special attack. But, I mean, this is a very strong stat line here. So his perf weapon is a bow, so he would have 14 might on that. So he's at 42 attack and 47 speed. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Grand Hero Battle Cyril, Rhea's attendant, begins on August 17th. Faye, aren't all these heroes wonderful? So many new effects, so many unique and exclusive skills. I wish I were that cool. Anyway, what's next? Oh, right. The number of times
actually, this is very good. So you can go ahead and get more dragon flowers out of older heroes here, which, of course, is always a good thing if you have the flowers for it. The flowers have got to be the most drip-fed in terms of, like, how many we need relative to how many we get currency in the game, I feel like. Because how much does it cost to get someone to plus 25 flowers? Like, it's got to be close to, like, 3,000 flowers. and we get, what, like 40 from doing the trial map? Yeah, it's going to take a hot minute before you can get all of your favorites maxed out here. But
power up your heroes
it is nice
with
that they're
dragon
doing this, though.
flowers is increasing starting around August 16th. Each hero will be able to use them 5 more times. Since you'll be able to strengthen heroes more times with dragon flowers, there will be 1,000 of each type up for grabs in the next Forging Bonds.
Oh.
That's a total of 4,000 dragon flowers.
Okay.
Sounds like your heroes could get quite a bit stronger.
Yes, please.
Faye, it's almost sunset. I'd better get back to the castle. And would you look at that? Everyone's gathered here. Oh.
Why is Anna so unhappy? That just, like, caught my eye. You see Robin and Corrin, they're, like, so happy to be there. And then Anna's like, why are they stealing my spotlight?
And guess what else? To celebrate the appearance
Okay, Askren Time Scramble. See video description for info, huh? Okay.
of the Choose Your Legends heroes, there's a website with a special story for you to enjoy.
Really?
There's a link to it in the video description. So go ahead and give it a look from there. Faye, that's all we've got for today. The Choose Your Legends heroes all look amazing though, don't they? I'm so excited. I hope you summoners will go on enjoying Fire Emblem heroes through the Askren summer. Now then, I'll be on my way.
Okay, guys, so that wraps up this round of Choose Your Legends. We got some nasty units coming up here. This like, these are some game changers. I'm telling you right now, like, there is 2 units in the game that have Warp Bubble. We have Myrrh and Gatekeeper, and that's it. And then this guy just lets you jump to your, like, all of your units become pivots for him. Or all your other units, too, because they all get grand strategy. And then Gullveig with that new A skill giving fire-type dragon veins that you can't pass through with Lindy and all that. And then Soren giving you double save units for Summoner Duels and Chaos Season, where you were only able to use 1 save unit before. Pretty interesting. Let me know in the comments, or also, I guess in the chat, since this is a live stream, which one of these units do you guys think you're gonna pick for free here? Let's see. We'll go for like another couple minutes, and then we'll wrap up here. All right. Super Factorial says, "I will never forgive Yoshiku for covering Gullveig's thighs." Okay, they couldn't give us everything, right? Maybe her injured art will hold it down for us. All right, Puffin Ball says, "Good night, chat and Tacho. It was a pretty dang good event." All right, see you later, Puffin Ball. Thanks for stopping by. Ichi says, "If these are game changers, then I can't imagine what's next." You and me both, man. Lil Chicken says, "Must summon them all." Gatekeeper becoming mandatory. Dude, Gatekeeper has been like... I remember when Choose Your Legends 5 came out, and I said Gatekeeper was the best one of the batch. And everyone was in disagreement with me. My, how the tables have turned, huh? Gatekeeper is like the only one that's usable out of that batch. At least until we get the refines for them. Yeah, introduction of terrain effects. Pretty insane, Manuel. We got Yugi Moto, the king of games, in here saying, "To be honest, besides Arena, Robin is probably the weakest of the 4 to me. We got too many God Swords." It's not necessarily that Robin himself needs to be powerful. His C skill is just so cracked. It's like that alone is going to carry everything else for the rest of your units. Just giving them all stats up 5 in combat, giving them a potential special ramp prior to hitting the foe. That will actually counteract against Scowl as well, by the way. So if the enemy has Scowl and they're doing the -1 special trigger to you, you just get your special back with Robin's grand strategy. So it's like, RIP, man. Scowl effects just got shitted on so badly. Sweater Pupper says, "Soren for me. I need Cyril too." Well, the good thing is Cyril's going to be free. And he looks pretty solid from what we can see so far. All right, Terrell says Robin's support is crazy. Yeah, I agree. I think his support is like the strongest support in the game right now. Spuck Pun says, who I spark depends on what I get during the summons. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty dumb now about wasting all those orbs. Summoning on a bunch of nonsense when I could have just been summoning for these guys. Alright guys, I think we're going to call it a stream there. So, thanks to everyone for hopping in and checking out the Choose Your Legends units with me. And we will be back again tomorrow when we get the data mines. We're going to get info on Cyril's weapon, and we're also going to get inheritance restrictions on some of these new passive skills. So, look forward to all of that. And this is your boy Tacho signing out. So, oh, Mitzo says they dropped the trailer now. Interesting. I mean, is there a point to watching the trailer when we've already seen everything? Probably a good enough place to call it. So, yeah, guys, that's all for tonight. Take care, and I'll catch y'all again tomorrow when we get the